Part 323. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 3221. He was actually attacked by a demigod powerhouse just now. If Shui Wanren hadn't rushed to help in time, Fang Fan might have been killed before he could return to the small world of Shushan Pavilion. You still have to be more careful in the future, otherwise you will be swallowed if you are not careful. The risks involved are naturally not something that can be expressed in a few words. Fang Fan secretly squinted his eyes, thinking to himself, his thoughts are also running full steam ahead. Since Shui Wanren put the decision-making power in his hands, the meaning he wanted to express was already very obvious. That is, on the surface, it is not possible to directly kill this Chen Tianwei for the time being, but it is also not possible to let him off lightly. For it. I was a little frightened just now, so I need a little mental damage. I think the long sword in his hand is not bad, so let's take it. Then cut off your own arm, even if this matter is over. I'm not the kind of person who doesn't forgive people. Although this guy wanted to attack and kill me, he failed after all. Let's just teach him a lesson. This isn't too much. He wants my life, I just want him a sword and an arm. Fang Fan shrugged, then smiled calmly. This wave of calm comes from the heart. After Fang Fan finished speaking, the surrounding area suddenly became noisy. A piece of noise followed. For the melon eaters around, Fang Fan's condition was too harsh. Don't be too brave. I'm convinced, I'm convinced. Strong, really strong. This is the demeanor of Fang Fan. Hey. He even directly threatened to cut off an arm of the strong demigod and take away the weapon of this demigod. The president of Black and White Academy, Chen Tianwei, is really worthless. To put it bluntly, he's just rubbish, damn it, he really sees it through. He sees it through. Trash. A fighter in the trash. Grass, isn't that the case? Everything is very clear. Heh, he, the hammer thing, I understand it completely. I support Big Boss Fang Fan. We students should also have human rights. We can't just give in. Bloody battle to the end. Afraid of a chicken. What dean? This F***ck is an old bastard who only knows how to bully the younger. Old dog Chen. Get off. Cut off your own fortune. Use it as a warning to others. Severely punish old dog Chen. Severely punish old dog Chen. The surrounding shouts gradually increased, as if they swept over in an instant, and these things on the scene became more and more real. Everyone's eyes gathered here, and then they couldn't help shrinking their necks, and their complexions were changing. This attitude cannot be expressed clearly in a few words. Now the public opinion is completely focused on Fang Fan's side. Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White Academy, has completely lost his mind this time. At this moment, there are more and more propaganda voices around, creating a strong sense of oppression. Shut up. Shut up. It's the other way around. This dean is also someone you can punish severely if you want. Humph. Just rely on you trash. Ridiculous. The dean has been promoted to the demigod realm. You are all ants. I want to see, who dares to do it? Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White Academy, let out a roar, but he seemed extremely domineering. This cultivation base has improved, and the courage is different. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 3222. Who dares to do it? Do you really think you are a character? Today, the Deputy Palace Master put his words here, either break his arm and offer his sword, or fight to the death. It's not that my Guangming Academy wants to do something, it's that the people in the Black and White Academy are too despicable and shameless. Vice Palace Master Su Qin, what do you mean? Could it be that Yuanji Academy just doesn't do anything for it? Do you want to let this matter go on so absurdly? This is the territory of Yuanji Academy, I will give you Yuanji Academy face, I hope you will not go too far. My Guangming Academy is not easy to bully. Shui Wanren, deputy head of the Guangming Academy, was talking, and the brilliance in his eyes gathered in all directions. The gesture at this moment is also very real. The face of Guangming Academy cannot be discounted. If he admits to being cowardly this time, how will the people of Guangming Academy hold their heads up in the future? Facing Shui Wanren's tyrannical posture, Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, seemed to have a particularly headache. How did this matter come to this point? I thought that if he was a peacemaker, this matter would be over, who knew that so many other things would be involved? Bastard! What a jerk! At this moment, I can't wait to growl directly. Isn't this messing with him? He is currently the head of Yuanji Academy. But if he is made to succumb to the Guangming Academy, he will feel bad in his heart. The principle he has always adhered to is to suppress the Guangming Academy. That Grand Uncle Ji of Guangming Academy is too arrogant. It must be fully suppressed. Only by suppressing the Guangming Academy, their Yuanji Academy will not be so conspicuous. But now Shui Wanren's attitude is too firm. If there is a fight, the battle of the demigods will definitely destroy this hall directly. By then, I am afraid that the entire Yuanji Academy will not be able to stop. If something happened in Yuanji Academy, Su Qin couldn't afford to go around. After all, he is just a deputy palace master. The palace master is still pressing on his head. It's just that I gave in like this, and I seem to be a little unwilling. Why do people from Guangming Academy pretend like this? Can this F***ing heart live? The mentality exploded in minutes. Thinking about this at this moment, the posture of gnashing teeth is displayed, and the whole person becomes smug. Needless to say anything else, this is probably the attitude at the moment. Pure and frank. For it. Peace is still the most important, I think, since everyone has come to my Yuanji Academy, they are all guests of my Yuanji Academy. Cough, there is no reason for guests to fight on the host's territory, isn't it? Peace is the most important. Everyone calm down. Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, was still talking about it. This sounds instantly irritating. WTF? Bastard. Peace is the most important thing. Deputy Palace Master Su Qin, you peacemaker, you better stop doing it. Snort. I've been so sick of seeing this old dog for a long time. Vice Palace Master Shui Wanren, if you want to get rid of him, count me in as Lu Kunlin. I want to see how stubborn this old dog is. At the critical moment, Lu Kunlin, the dean of the Dan Academy, once again stood up and spoke out. Dan Academy was originally a first-class academy that could be promoted to the core exchange competition, but it was only because the Black and White Academy had been performing the forbidden technique of blood demon transformation that the Dan Academy fell into the sand. For this shameless method, Lu Kunlin, the dean of Daybreak Academy, is naturally extremely resentful. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3223. In this way, the Poxio Academy will naturally be eliminated in advance. In addition, it also caused the Daybreak Academy to lose a few favored children of heaven. These enmities accumulate together, that is to all erupt. How can I hold back at this moment, and follow up with a full-scale explosion every minute? Needless to say anything else for the time being, what is displayed at this moment is probably such an attitude. Now that two demigods have made it clear that they want to kill Chen Tianwei, the Dean of the Black and White Academy, this round is getting more and more interesting. In addition, there are quite a few people around who took the opportunity to make trouble. If something really happened, the situation would be too serious. The situation will also plummet. No one knows what will happen by then. At this moment, Su Qin, the deputy head of Yuanji Academy, also seemed very hesitant. This matter cannot be done like this. If this is not handled properly, it will really cause a mutiny. You can't smash your own signboard because of Chen Tianwei, and make the whole Yuanji Academy follow suit. If this is the case, can the palace master spare him? At this moment, don't you hurry up and flee? It's true to stick to one's life. As for the others, some of them are all nonsense. Nothing. Vice Palace Master Su Qin. You are a person who understands righteousness. You must be the master of our Black and White Academy. Deputy Palace Master Su Qin, this group of people don't take you seriously at all, and don't take such a huge Yuanji Academy in their eyes. They still want to fight on your territory. This matter can be big or small, but it must not be left alone. If this matter continues to make trouble, who knows what will happen next? Deputy Palace Master Su Qin, you should be very clear about what I said. Please be sure to punish these guys who disturbed order severely. My Black and White Academy must have a big thank you. Chen Tianwei, the Dean of the Black and White Academy, hid directly behind Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, as if he wanted to use Su Qin as his backer. After all, Su Qin has expressed his attitude before. Can't you hit a snake with a stick? Naturally, such a good opportunity cannot be missed casually. In all aspects, you really have to follow along. For it. Cough. This matter is a conflict between your Black and White Academy and Guangming Academy. It is really not easy for us Yuanji Academy to intervene. Otherwise, Dean Chen still has to make up his mind and apologize. After all, it was indeed Dean Chen who did something wrong in the first place. You guys are discussing, if you need anything from our Yuanji Academy, just tell me, but if I can help, I will never refuse. Su Qin, deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, rolled his eyes and was about to run away. At this time, I really can't hold on. What do you want to do next? In all aspects, can't you be more steady? Otherwise, the situation will collapse in an instant, which is not a good phenomenon. Everything is motivated by interests. Yuanji Academy cannot offend both Guangming Academy and Daybreak Academy at once. In case there is any big commotion here, he, the deputy palace master, can't bear to walk around. You should be stable, you still have to seek stability. After Su Qin finished talking nonsense, he evacuated directly, and then returned to the attic, as if he didn't want to get involved. The situation is now very clear. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3224. Shameless. Asshole. Chen Tianwei, the Dean of the Black and White Academy, opened his mouth, looking more or less confused. He didn't know why Su Qin changed his face in an instant. Isn't this humming dog face? Change as you say? It doesn't matter if this guy changed his face, but the point is that it's really embarrassing in this situation, it's so embarrassing. Feeling it a little bit at this moment, I feel my brain buzzing for no reason. What else can this do? Looking around with hopeful eyes, isn't there anything wrong? A mouthful of reverse blood was stuck in his throat, and he couldn't spit it out now. Now he could clearly feel that the eyes of Lu Kunlun and Shui Wanren were fixed on him. The posture is about to gallop over and launch an attack. It is true that he, Chen Tianwei, has been promoted to the demigod realm, but not long after he was promoted, he is only in the quasi-demigod realm, and the hottest quasi-demigod realm. And Lu Kunlun, the dean of the Daybreak Academy, has been promoted to the quasi-demigod state for an unknown amount of time, and he can clean himself up by himself. Not to mention the threat of a weak demigod like Shui Wanren. If there was a fight, there would be a dead end in front of him. If you continue to sprint forward, it is really a dead end. The sense of panic inside immediately increased. Can't let them find such an opportunity. We must not let them unite. Damn. Completely passive. The root of all disasters is that Fang Fan. Huh. Brat. This dean will not let you go. We must stabilize the situation now. It seems that I can only agree to their conditions. Huh, after all, it's all expedient measures. An arm is nothing compared to my life. What's more, I have more important things to do, and I must not fall into the sand here. Damn Fang Fan, dare to put forward such a condition to the dean. The principal remembers you. After the dean is done, one counts as the other, and they all have to die. Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White Academy, tightly clenched the double barrels, and his complexion was also rapidly changing between blood red and pale. Needless to say anything else, this attitude is very pure. After all, that's exactly what happened. True and decisive. Ah! Chen Tianwei roared, and then he waved the long sword in a circle, raised the sword in his hand and dropped it, and his left arm fell directly to the ground. The dark red blood soaked the surrounding ground, and the strong smell of blood filled the surrounding area, inexplicably frightening people's hearts. The pain gradually deformed Chen Tianwei's complexion, but in the end he held back. Such a person is actually the scariest. At the critical moment, he is ruthless enough to attack himself. An arm. For you. Snored. This matter, can it be over? The dean has also paid the price. Don't deceive people too much. Otherwise, the dean will die with you. Ah! Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White Academy, couldn't help but let out a wailing at the end of his speech. Seeing this situation, Shui Wanren, deputy head of the Guangming Academy, suddenly laughed dumbfounded. This guy is decisive enough, seeing that Su Qin, the deputy head of the Yuanji Academy, does not protect him, he directly kills him. For now, this is indeed the best solution. An arm is nothing, and it will come back after being raised for 180 years, but at least this life is saved. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3225. If this life is gone, there will be nothing in the future. I have to say that this guy still has some forbearance. The attitude shown at this moment is also particularly resolute. Ordinary people really can't do this. Broken arm and offering sword, you just completed one. And the sword in your hand is also mine. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, and a cold look appeared on his face. He was never merciful to his enemies. This Chen Tianwei wanted to kill him just now. Facing such a person, if Fang Fan indulged a little bit, he might mob him and attack him. If that time comes, Fang Fan will not even know how he died. Now, that's actually pretty good. At least the overall situation can also collapse. Be safe, don't waste time. Little brat. Don't bully people too much. Chen Tianwei gritted his teeth, his whole body was in a state of madness, and his eyes were full of blood. The whole person has gone completely insane. So what? Are you refusing? Fang Fan shrugged with a calm face. Immediately, Shui Wanren swept over directly, a strong pressure came, and Chen Tianwei inexplicably felt some pain in his breathing. This feeling cannot be expressed in a few words. Chen Tianwei really wanted to continue to play along, but after he glanced around, he fell silent. Damn it! The situation has been stabilized. If he said no, Shui Wanren would never let him go. Then it will really be his time to die. This group of people from Guangming Academy are lunatics, all of them are lunatics. I don't even know how to communicate with them. All in all, it seems extremely weird to say anything or do anything. Thinking so far, the mentality is also in full swing. Damn everything. Snored. Chen Tianwei, am I the kind of villain who contradicts what he says? Isn't it just a sword? Heh. He. Chen Tianwei, haven't paid attention to it yet. Extremely ridiculous. Speaking of it, isn't that the case? A broken sword. The dean doesn't care yet. Since you Guangming Academy likes to pick up trash, then you will be fulfilled. Chen Tianwei gritted his teeth, his heart was full of resentment, and the black lines on his forehead also gathered together. This is a long sword of demigod quality. And after being with him for such a long time, I have already used it smoothly. Without this sword, the combat power will drop by at least 30%. Chen Tianwei's heart was bleeding. Because of this, the resentment in my heart grew more and more. At this moment, it is completely in a state of immortality. A few words can no longer follow the expression. He is going to explode. All aspects of the explosion. The friendly match continues. The elites of my Black and White Academy will devour your Guangming Academy bit by bit. The real revenge has just begun. Heh, he, just wait. I can't make a move, but the students of my Black and White Academy can avenge me. Superior. Continue to give me. Don't talk nonsense. Go up and cast Blood Demon transformation directly. I want that brat to die. Death. Must die. Chen Tianwei punched his seat, and his seat instantly shattered. The Black and White college students around them also trembled subconsciously, and seemed a little panicked and uneasy at the moment. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3226. This guy looked a little abnormal. This is being stimulated too hard. Who knows what to do next? If you really go completely crazy, then just play with the chicken. In all aspects, you have to be steady and not slack in the slightest. It also has to gradually become more realistic. After all, isn't that the case? Soon, order in the arena was restored. The Black and White Academy once again sent a 5-star early stage sanctuary student to participate. Fang Fan smashed his mouth, he was quite sighing at the moment. Among the first-year students of this Black and White Academy, there are really too many students in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary. In his memory, it seems that 7 or 8 of them were killed. From the beginning to now. Anyway, this time is continuous. How can this be said? Inexplicably feel that it is not good to be shown? This first-year student of the Black and White Academy at the beginning of the 5-star sanctuary has most likely summed up the death experience of his predecessor, that is, the Black Dog, so after he came to the stage, he didn't say a word, and directly started to use his big move. Blood Demon transformation. Die. Revenge for the Dean. The first-year student of the Black and White Academy at the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary roared, and then blood gathered all over his body, and then directly pressed towards Fang Fan. The power is still the same as before, which can almost directly obliterate the cultivators of the middle 5-star sanctuary realm, and severely damage the cultivators of the high-level 5-star and even the peak 5-star sanctuary realm. But obviously, these things are invalid for Fang Fan. If he didn't even have this bit of combat power, he wouldn't have been around until now, so wouldn't everything be in vain? Blood Demon transformation. After the condensed bloody weapon rushed to Fang Fan's surroundings, it began to slowly overflow. Gradually, it becomes invisible. Everything is concentrated here, nothing. Everyone's eyes widened, and they looked more or less confused at the moment. Ineffective again? What's so weird about this Fang Fan? Why is his defense so strong? Can't even this powerful taboo combat technique Blood Demon Transformation break through? This is really unexpected. At this moment, my mentality also seems to be a little broken. No. Impossible. What kind of monster are you? Die. You must die. You must die. Kill. Kill you. Must kill you. The black and white college student in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary seemed to have a breakdown of consciousness, and began to shake around while chattering. At this moment, his 5 limbs and torso have all turned into a blood-colored mist that has spilled out. If it is under normal circumstances, this guy is actually useless. Within a few days, he would die completely from heart failure. But at this moment, there is obviously a backup. Healing card. I still have a healing card. Use the healing card. The Black and White Academy student in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary let out a roar, and then he clenched the healing card in his hand and let out a dark shout. Immediately afterwards, a milky white light covered his body, and soon, the flesh and blood on his body was rapidly filled, and gradually, he returned to his original appearance. Everything happens in an instant. At this moment, the Black and White Academy student is already intact, and his combat power has fully recovered. This is very different from the previous state where all 5 limbs were destroyed and the torso disappeared. The healing card is so terrifying. To some extent, it also verified the magic of the healing card. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3227. No matter what conspiracy you have, it will eventually fail. I don't believe I can't kill you. Blood Demon Transformation. This student from Black and White Academy seems to be very persistent. Now he must kill Fang Fan. This idea has already left a deep-rooted impression in his mind. All in all, I just can't let go at this moment. A little chance, it will explode. It's probably like this. Immediately afterwards, the newly recovered 5 limbs and torso of this Black and White Academy student disappeared again. Immediately afterwards, a cloud of mist flashed again. The scene looked ridiculous. The energy of the blood demon transformation that swept again gathered on Fang Fan Zhou's body, and it seemed to be more intense than before. Brother Fang Fan, this time, he shot himself in the foot with a rock. This healing card came into the market from Brother Fang Fan. Now the students of the Black and White Academy use the healing card to recover from their injuries, and then continue to use the forbidden technique Blood Demon Transformation to deal with Brother Fang Fan. Hey, how can this be done? The situation is very strict now. If something goes wrong, the situation will collapse. I don't know what it will look like by then. Brother Fang Fan's combat power is impressive, but he can't stand the impact of Blood Demon Transformation again and again. This Blood Demon Transformation is very weird. Gisha frowned, and could not help showing a worried look on his face while talking. He is mainly worried about what will happen to the overall residents. At this moment, it is natural to deal with it carefully. Even if something goes wrong, it may trigger a bigger crisis. Brother Gisha, put your heart in your stomach. Fang Fan is on the stage, what are you worried about? This guy is a ghost. If there was any danger, he would have withdrawn a long time ago. How can we wait until now? There is no response now, that only shows that he doesn't take this blood demon transformation seriously at all. Let's take care of ourselves. Hey, now those leaks are not easy to deceive. One by one, they all started to vote for Fang Fan to win. If this goes on, I'm done. If the gambler can't get the star core, it will be useless. Originally, my shares are small, and if the turnover does not increase, I just want to drink the rhythm of the northwest wind. Difficult, too difficult. It's really hard to mix. It's still Fang Fan who is comfortable, doesn't worry at all, and can keep pretending. Bai Piaoxu babbled, and then complained from the side. Zhuoqiuyao and Gisha on the side looked at each other, they were already accustomed to Bai Piao's complaints. This guy likes to follow a wave of all-round complaints from time to time. It seems that only in this way can I feel more at ease in my heart. There are probably all these real thoughts in my mind. Cheat him to death. Blood demon transformation. Explosion. The bloody mist, why didn't it respond? Damn it. Give me a pick at the critical moment. Didn't the blood demon transformation perform well before? Why did the blood demon transformation completely change in front of this brat? What's the secret of this little brat? Standing in the auditorium, Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White Academy, was filled with hatred. At this moment, of course, he wished he could use his body to directly rush to the ring to kill Fang Fan, but obviously, he didn't have this chance. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3228. There were constant explosions, but it had no effect. The effect of blood demon transformation came to Fang Fan's place, and it stopped abruptly. Nothing. Naturally, Fang Fan won the second battle. In this way, Guangming Academy has already won 2 games. According to the principle of 3 wins out of 5, if you win 1 more game, you will win all round. At this moment, there are some people with frightened and uneasy expressions on their faces, and their thoughts are also completely churning. Especially those gamblers who have bet heavily on the Black and White Academy are running around in a hurry. Needless to say the rest, this feeling is especially real invisibly. Anyway, at this time, there are these gaudy ideas in my head. Thinking about this, the whole person gradually became smug. Is the dark horse miracle of the Black and White Academy really coming to an abrupt end? The third battle between Guangming Academy and Black and White Academy has kicked off. But the ending is still the same as before, nothing has changed. 3 battles and 3 defeats. The end is set. No. Impossible. Hateful. How so? Damn it. Son of a bitch. Trash. A bunch of trash. What's the use of raising your trash? Nothing works. Bad my plan. What are you doing alive? Go to hell. Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White Academy, seemed to be in a state where he couldn't afford to lose at this moment. At this moment, he couldn't help roaring all over, followed by a slap, and his whole body roared with arrogance. The more I think about it, the more unhappy I become, and the more I think about it, the more depressed I become. Because of the lessons learned from the past, he naturally dare not continue to launch a surprise attack on Fang Fan at this moment. He looked at the participating students of the Black and White Academy in front of him. These participating students were basically missing arms and legs. After all, they had performed the forbidden technique blood demon transformation. It was exhausting too. If he could use a healing card at this moment, he would be able to recover as before. Dean, Master Dean, it hurts, give us the healing card. Master Dean, as you said before, you will give us a healing card to heal our injuries. Master Dean, please. Master Dean. Several disabled Black and White College disabled students couldn't help pleading. While talking at the moment, his lips were trembling violently. At this moment, even breathing gradually became extremely short. The thoughts gathered here, and the thoughts have already exploded in an all-round way. Collapsed. My mind is broken. At this time, I can still talk about chickens. Is it not too much? If there is no healing card, in this state, he will die within a week. I didn't know there was such a magical card as a healing card before, so I didn't have too many expectations. But now knowing that there is still hope for life, naturally he doesn't want to throw himself directly into the arms of the god of death. At the very least, follow up with a comprehensive rescue. From a comprehensive perspective, this seems all too real. Thinking patterns will also appear clearer. Healing card. Ah. Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White Academy, sneered, with resentment in his eyes. On the one hand, he felt extremely disgusted with these defeated generals. On the other hand, how could such a precious healing card be used on a few trash? These precious healing cards should be saved for higher level battles. As for now, the precious healing card must be kept. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3229. Since there is no extra share, these people in front of them are naturally a dead end. From a comprehensive point of view, it is in line with the specific thinking mode. But if you don't give them the healing card, I'm afraid this group of guys will keep rambling here. Chen Tianwei squinted his eyes. For once and for all, let's kill them all. Thinking so far, the thoughts are also completely churning. Die. Chen Tianwei snorted coldly, his whole body surged with energy, and then the disabled students of the Black and White Academy in front of him lost their breath instantly. Quietly, it was killed just like that. Vicious heart, one can imagine. This matter was done in an extremely secretive manner, and under normal circumstances no one should have discovered it. But at this very moment, a disabled student of the Black and White Academy escaped a catastrophe by hiding in a corner. Seeing this bloody scene, his pupils instantly widened. Chen Tianwei. You killed all our wounded. You have a vicious heart. Poisonous scorpion. Poisonous scorpion. The surviving disabled student of the Black and White Academy couldn't help but roared, and then quickly fled. At this moment, there was a commotion. This kind of scandal was directly exposed. Court death. Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White Academy, stretched out his hand, and directly killed the surviving disabled student of the Black and White Academy. This is tantamount to directly confirming his malicious methods. Killing sometimes can't stop everyone's mouth. On the contrary, it will make them become rebellious invisibly, and even explode mentally. How can such a posture and feeling be expressed in a few words? It exploded in an instant, and I already didn't know how to state it. All in all, amazing. Probably such a feeling. It's so vicious, kill it after using it. After all, they are also students of the Black and White Academy. They all shed blood for the Black and White Academy, so they killed them all without any worries. What is this for? Just to save a few healing cards. Hee hee. Even if you are reluctant to part with the healing card, you won't be tempted to kill him. A devil. This is a devil. A pure devil. Everyone be careful. Being with such a devil, you may be affected at every turn. Hiss, who says it's not? Even the most basic bottom line has been broken. No one should go to the Black and White Academy in the future. Damn it, the head of the Black and White Academy, Chen Tianwei, is extremely shameless. Spit it up, spit it out to the end. Grass. It's disgusting to the extreme. Damn it, I can still talk about a dick. Shouts swept over, and he couldn't help but sigh at this moment. Thinking up to this point, the thoughts are also completely churning. Probably such a state. The eyeballs rolled straight, but felt helpless. After all, nothing. Needless to say anything else, the reputation of the Black and White Academy is completely rotten at this moment. Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White Academy, is already a street rat, everyone casts aside. At this moment, a new round of battle is over, and the standings list has changed again. First place, Guangming Academy, 9 points. Second place, Black and White Academy, 8 points. Third place, Dark Academy, 6 points. Fourth place, Yuanji Academy, 3 points. Fifth place, Nether Academy, 2 points. Guangming Academy takes the lead. Now there are only 2 battles left in the entire first year friendly match. Dark Academy vs Bright Academy. Dark Academy vs Black and White Academy. When these 2 games are over, the overall battle will be completely over. Such thinking and feeling make people tremble invisibly. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3230. Under the stage, the auditorium where Guangming Academy is located. The final decisive battle is coming. If we can defeat the Dark School again, our Bright School will definitely be at the top of the list. Tai Shiji squinted his eyes, looking more or less expectant at this moment. If you get the first place, what good is it? Before I only knew that the higher the ranking, the more sacred soil resources you can get. How are you divided? Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, and then asked. Let's put it this way, the friendly competition is divided into grades 1 to 4. And the sacred soil resources are also divided into 4 equal pieces. The ranking in the first year friendly match is equivalent to dividing up a piece of sacred land resources. According to the discussions between the universities and colleges, in the first year friendly competition, the college that won the top spot will be able to directly divide 40% of this sacred land resource. The second place can only get 20%. The third place gets 10%. The fourth and fifth place each get 5%. The sacred soil resources that can be obtained by the first place in the list are the sum of the second to fifth place. Now you understand why everyone is vying to be the leader. This divine land resource is a supreme treasure. The opportunity is right in front of you, don't slack off in the slightest. This is a major event for our entire Guangming Academy. Tai Shiji was talking, and then couldn't help swallowing his saliva, and his breathing gradually became extremely rapid. Uncle Yi's disposition couldn't help sighing again and again at this moment. One can imagine the importance of this sacred soil resource. After Tai Shiji finished speaking, he immediately focused his attention on Fang Fan. Your kid has made a great contribution to Guangming Academy this time. And your kid's combat power is so strong that you can kill even the Holy One at a critical moment. At that time, you can completely help me to participate in the friendly exchange match between the second, third, and fourth grades. At that time, if our Guangming Academy can win the first to fourth grade friendly competition, then we will be able to devour 40% of all the sacred land resources. Nearly half. Then our Guangming Academy will be the biggest winner. With these precious sacred soil resources, within 10,000 years, our Guangming Academy will definitely be able to develop in an all-round way. By that time, the Dark Academy and Yuanji Academy will only be able to hold a candle to it. Tai Shiji blinked, and while talking, his whole body was full of excitement. Thinking of this, the whole person can't help but become smug. In this way, the top 5 only took away 80% of the sacred soil resources. What about the remaining 20%? What the hell is this divine land resource? Zhuo Qiuyao frowned, with a solemn expression on his face. Although there were some explanations from the school before, they were obviously very one-sided. The remaining 20% needs to be allocated to those other colleges. I don't know how many colleges come here. There are dozens of them, big and small. We can't let them get nothing, right? It's okay to let them take a little less, but if there is nothing, it will cause all members to rebel. What will happen then, you can imagine. In order to avoid these things from happening, it should be more secure. As for the nature of the divine soil resource, well, don't think too much about it, just think of it as a piece of soil that fell from the supreme God's domain. On this soil, there is a trace of pure divine power gathering, and a lot of divinity is bred in it.